talking to us a little bit about how to make lemongrass chicken, and then also a little bit about Vietnam. He actually taught me in person at the residence hall, and I videotaped it. So he's also going to ask about my experience learning from him through this cooking class. Thank you everyone for joining. I am going to turn the presentation now over to Juan.
And quickly, we are going to be recording this session. So if you prefer not to show your face, please feel free to turn it off the camera. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to my cooking class. First of all, I'd like to thank Hideko for giving me a chance to share my culture with everyone, and thank you, Carly, for helping me with the preparation of this presentation. So, first of all, my name is Juan. I'm from Vietnam. So, if you guys look at the map, it's right below China, and it is next to Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. So I am from Ho Chi Minh City, which is the largest and the most popular city in Vietnam. It is also a financial and economic center in Vietnam. Uh, about cooking, my dad is the one that taught me how to cook. What's that you feeling? My mom was the one who taught me how to cook, but she passed away too early. So my dad and Gordon Ramsay was the inspiration for my cooking, even though my cooking is not that good. So, next. Uh, So lemongrass chicken is what we used to have for lunch and dinner. And uh, for breakfast, we usually only have one dish, which is which is and a typical Vietnamese meal consists of a savory, a stir fry, and a soup. Some other traditional dishes in Vietnam, we have pho. Pho is like a bowl of soup. This bowl of soup consists of rice noodles, beef, sometimes chicken, and a broth, which can be beef broth or chicken broth. So the name pho comes from it is how we call this specific type of rice noodles. Next up, we have bánh xèo, which is a crispy grape stuffed with pork, bean sprouts, herbs, and sometimes shrimp, uh, alongside with a fish sauce as a dipping sauce. Uh, another traditional dish in Vietnam is miến ghẹ, uh, which is also a soup. And the names mingas is how we call this type of noodles. This is class noodles. So uh, pho and minga taste quite the same, but minga has a lighter flavor, and we usually have minga when it comes to like holiday and family gatherings. Also, and shopping and preparing and cooking this meal in the restaurant is kind of fun. We went to a Asian market shop and they had everything. Uh, so my dish is it's really simple. I didn't have to do anything. I just do the cutting and then I throw everything into the pan and let the pan do the work. So the ingredients, you can mostly tell the ingredients by the name of the dish, which is lemongrass chicken. First, we're gonna have chicken. You can use any type cut of chicken. Uh, I prefer chicken fly because it has more flavor and comparing to the chicken breast, which is to me is kind of lame and doesn't have any flavor. Uh, I would recommend leaving the skin on the chicken to some of you, chicken skin might be slimy, slippery, and unappetizing. But to me, it adds a lot of texture and adds more flavor to the dish. Uh, next up, we have the herbs. So this lemongrass, garlic, and onions are the basic herbs in traditional Vietnamese cuisine. So in the dish, we're gonna dice it really small, as you can see in the picture. Uh, so if you're too lazy, you can throw all the ingredients into the food processors, press the button, and until you see a really nice paste of the herbs, then you can take it out. Uh, and for the sauce, we have fish sauce, which is really salty, and sugar, which is really sweet. And these two balance each other and adds a really nice sweet and salty flavor to the dish. For the oil, you can use any type of oils. I prefer sesame. That's what we usually have in Vietnam. Chili is optional if you like spicy. And last, we have rice. Next, Carly is gonna show us the video of my cooking.
It looks tasty and it's not cooked yet.
Hold on just a second. I'm enabling screen sharing from the other side.
Are you cooking it, Carly?
Okay.
So during the video, you can, if you have any question, I'm gonna pause and answer it for you guys.
You got get back in the screen so that they can see. You did great, Juan.
Juan Vexo is asking, you cook bone and all? Do you include bone in the when you stir fry?
Juan, what kind of onions was that round onion again?
Juan, can you unmute you? Because I muted you earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was green onions and shallot.
Sesame oil?
Yes.
That's a big bottle.
What is that? What you put in your spoon?
Juan, you're muted.
That is fish sauce. Fish sauce.
Fish sauce. And this is sugar?
Yeah, that is sugar.
Okay.
So you don't have to follow the ratio that I'm telling you. If you like it, sauce. If you like it,
I love fish sauce. I've never seen a bunch of sugar used with it before. This is interesting.
That is a lot of sugar. Make it.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar. Must be sweet. And what is that?
That is chili.
Chili.
Chili. Okay.
And like chili flakes.
it's kind of optional. So if you like it spicy, it's awesome. Inside first.
Charlie, can we turn up the volume of the video?
Can you hear better?
Better. Maybe not sometime. Maybe the internet. Better.
Let's turn to the book. Just gonna tell you.
That looks good.
For instance, I put the herbs in, so I'm gonna keep the sauce.
That's the fish sauce with sugar.
That is
Yeah.
I'm gonna increase the heat to high heat to make sure it has a nice flash of heat. Looks like our chicken is cooked. So I'm gonna serve it on white rice.
Nice.
That looks delicious.
Too bad we can't eat his cooking today.
Next, we're gonna have Carly was the one that tasted my dish, and so I'm gonna have some question for her. So Carly, how is it like cooking with me?
It was really, really fun cooking with Juan. We went to the grocery store together, and he was a really good teacher on what everything was used for and some similarities that I wasn't familiar with. It was nice too because we had 2 different tries. The first try, I had never cut a whole chicken before. So you can see me in that picture doing the whole thing. And Quan told me on the way there, oh yeah, I don't know. My grandma was always the one that would cut the chicken. And I thought, oh, I've cut chicken before, but I didn't think with the bones too. And so I got to learn that, which was really fun. I just had to cut harder than I ever had. So that was good. And Quan was a great teacher for that. I also learned that chicken skin is really, really tasty with texture. The first time I took it all off, and he said, oh, in Vietnam, we eat it. I don't know why you don't eat it here. And so the second time we cooked with it, or I cut with it so that the skin was still on. And it was really, really good. It was also just fun cooking with Quan because they were flavors that I hadn't cooked with before. I didn't know what lemongrass was, like how hard it was to cut. And you could sort of see in the video Quan working extra hard on it, but it tasted so good. So it was a really fun experience.
On the scale from 1 to 10, how would you grade my dish?
11.
11? Is that good?
It was so good. Yeah.
I'm jealous now.
So hey, Quan, I don't believe her. So you've got to cook it for all of
Yeah.
us, okay? 'Cause I don't believe her.
Come here,
Mira,
come
¿qué pasó,
to the
Felipe?
restaurant. I'll cook it for all of you. So, Carly, so you used to be a chef. So I'm gonna ask you, how is my cutting with the herbs? Is it good?
Really good. I was surprised because I had a really sharp knife. And so I thought I would be a lot faster. And Quan just took one from his dorm and it wasn't very sharp at all, but he was really fast. And so I was super impressed. I thought, whoa, he knows what he's doing.
Thank you, thank you. So, so how is my dish different from a typical American dish that you usually have?
Yeah, so one of the things that I learned was using the skin. I usually don't eat chicken skin when I have different plates, mostly American plates. Like if you had chicken fettuccine or something, I guess that's Italian, but it's something I grew up eating more of. As an American, I've never had skin as part of that. And so I felt like there was more texture with the chicken skin and then also it being fried so hot. The other thing I had never cooked with was fish oil, and honestly, or fish sauce. Honestly, the first time we cooked, it smelled really strong to me, and I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna like it because it smells really different than anything I've tasted. And so I was nervous that I wasn't gonna like it, but then as soon as I ate it, it was amazing. I think maybe the sugar and the saltiness add more of the crisp too that you can sort of see in the video. And so that was surprising and really, really good. So that was something I want to do more of, is cook with fish sauce. And then we forgot the chilies the first time. And so we went to the Res Hall Garden and picked one. And Juan said, it's not spicy enough. I can just eat it whole. So then I brought some of my Lebanese chili, and he put the same amount in his mouth and then was like, oh, it's really hot. And so learning all the different kinds of chili was interesting too. I had never really compared them. But everything combined, and I thought especially with the lemongrass, the sugar, and the really crisp chicken skin, made for just a perfect dinner.
Oh, thank you, Carly. So that is all for my presentation. So you guys have any question for me?
So Quan, my husband is not a spice person. He doesn't like anything hot. So
Uh-huh.
as far as the chili,
Okay.
is it still gonna taste as delicious without the
Yeah,
hot spice?
the chili is just optional. It's not gonna taste a lot different without the chili. So you can add the chili, or it's just optional. So it's not the main
Thank you.
ingredient. So
I have a question. Can you hear me?
oh yes, yes. Hi, Miri.
Okay. Hi. So I came here a little bit later, so I don't know if I missed it, but how many people is this dish for?
Uh, can you repeat?
How many people
Uh,
is this dish for? Like how
uh,
many people can?
how many people?
Yeah. Because
I
the
think
pan looks a little bit bigger than
yeah. I think this is for two, but I eat a lot, so that dish just for me.
just for you, just one
Yeah, that
person.
is just for me.
Oh,
But with
okay.
a regular person, it's gonna be a meal for two.
Oh, okay. For a regular person. Okay, thank you.
I just eat a lot more. So,
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you for your
thank you.
presentation.
Thank you for your question.
I have a question.
Hello,
So
madam.
hi. So I'm also from Vietnam, but then I've never
Hello.
eat. Yeah, I never eat like this before. Like maybe because my family's like cooking like recipe like a little bit different. But I just wonder like is it like from the south of Vietnam dish or like a north of Vietnam dish or
Uh,
like a mix between two?
my family is from the north, so I think this is from the north.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Okay.
Do you actually use measurements, or is it just about well,
For the pound of chicken, I use one whole lemongrass, two shallots, or half of a regular onions, and 3 cloves of garlic.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to make this next week now. It looks good.
Oh, thank you.
Will you be doing more cooking tutorials in the future?
Uh, uh, Hideko, can I make some more cooking in the future?
That's a great question. Yeah, definitely. Right, Carly? Maybe like a live from Res Hall. And we can spotlight Vietnamese food, Chinese food. Yeah, let's do that. And everybody can start cooking more.
Well, a valuable lesson Jody always taught me was the way to a student's heart is through their stomach.
Yes, always, always.
Well, and I think it's really great having the video because having the menu or the ingredients is one thing, But when you see how those ingredients are put together, when to do what, it helps. So it makes it very easy to follow and go back and replicate that. So thank you so much for putting the video together.
Maybe Carly, you can do like a YouTube channel from Res Life to have a series of students cooking.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
Chefs from Res Life. I would love that. Any way that I can eat more of Kwan's cooking.
Right. And then you can forget the ingredients sometimes, so you can buy more to try another time.
Perfect.
I have a question. So lemongrass, I do see often in maybe Southeast Asian food more. Is it like a main herb that you use a lot?
Yeah, alongside, yeah. We usually have onions, garlic, lemongrass, and ginger. Yeah, that is like a perfect Vietnamese combination of herbs. So.
Nice.
So,
anybody has question? If you're gonna cook it, make sure you ask questions so that you know how to cook.
Is how much of the fish sauce and sugar did you use?
So this kind of depends on your preference. But for me, I'm using 2 tablespoons of fish sauce and 2 tablespoons of sugar. So if you like it a little more saltier, you can have more fish sauce. And if you like it a little more sweeter, you can use more sugar. And so if the taste is too strong for you, add a little water to it. It's gonna make the sauce much lighter.
I guess main seasoning you used was really fish sauce, no soy sauce or any other.
Yeah, fish sauce. Yeah.
And then I guess sesame oil flavoring. So for this one, everybody who attended this, we can later on share the recipe separately in the email. So you have ingredients and how much you need to prepare along with the links to this recording later.
Thank you, Hideko. That would be awesome because I'd love to try the dish
Right,
and cook it at
like
home.
immediate recipe. So definitely.
So thank you guys for attending. Thank you, Hideko, for having me, and thank you, Carly, for helping me with the editing of the video and the shopping. Thank you so much.